Today, we're going to walk through a complete, full-stack AI workflow for YouTube. We're talking about combining a really powerful strategy with a frankly revolutionary production system. And the goal? To take your video creation time from something like 5 hours all the way down to just 10 minutes.
So, here's our game plan. First, we'll uncover the real secret behind massive YouTube output. Then, we're going to get into how to clone the DNA of an already successful channel. From there, we'll build our own content factory for bulk production, bring our scenes to life with some amazing cinematic motion, and finally, we'll optimize the whole thing for maximum clicks. All right, let's start with the big promise. How in the world do we get from a 5-hour slog down to a 10-minute workflow? Well, it all starts by understanding the fundamental problem that most creators face.
I mean, you've seen them, right? These faceless channels, they look pretty simple, but they're pulling in thousands of dollars a month, and their output is just relentless. It's a question a lot of us ask. How on earth is that even possible?
And that right there, that is the answer. You know, the creators who are going to win in the next few years aren't the ones just grinding it out manually. They're the ones building intelligent, automated systems. And today, we're building that system. Okay, so let's get into the first part of our system. And here's the key thing to remember. The first step isn't to create. Nope. It's to deconstruct. We need a proven blueprint before we even think about building our content factory. And here's the 4-step cloning process. First, find a channel that's already killing it. Then, instead of all that tedious manual copying, you're going to use a free browser extension called Grabit to instantly snatch all their video URLs in one click. Finally, you feed all that raw data into our strategic analyst for this project, Google's Notebook LM. And this is the exact command you give it. With just this one simple prompt, Notebook LM tears through all those video transcripts and spits out a complete playbook of what makes that channel tick. This becomes the solid foundation for everything we do next. Okay, so we've got our strategic playbook in hand. Now it's time to build the assembly line. This is where we shift from making things one at a time to true mass production. And this just perfectly illustrates the huge shift in thinking. I mean, the old way was manually prompting every single asset. The new way is all about setting up the workflow where one single click can generate dozens of scenes completely automatically. It all starts with a very specially formatted script. Using ChatGPT, you don't generate a big block of text. Instead, you get it to create this precise 3-column table. You've got your scene number, the narration text for the voiceover, and the matching image prompt. This structured data is the absolute key. It's what lets all our other automation tools talk to each other seamlessly. So this is a big one. We're solving one of the biggest headaches in AI art, character consistency. And the solution is actually surprisingly simple. You just generate one clean reference image of your character first, and then you feed that same image into the generator for every single scene. Problem solved. Now we get to put it all together. You take all those image prompts from your ChatGPT table, you paste them into a Chrome extension called AutoWhisk, upload your character reference image, hit start, and just walk away. It will automatically generate and download every single image for your entire video. So our visuals are ready, but we need the audio. Easy. Just copy the narration column from our script table and paste it into an AI voice generator like Google's Gemini 2.5 Flash. Now here's the trick. You need to add a little style instruction, something like use a storytelling tone, so you get a natural, engaging delivery instead of some robotic voice. All right, we have our images, we have our audio, but let's be honest, a slideshow isn't really a video. This next step is where we add that professional polish and turn these static pictures into a truly dynamic experience. We do this using something called cinematic camera movement. So instead of just a generic zoom effect, we use an AI video tool like Grok to apply specific, intentional camera moves to each image. And suddenly, it feels like it was filmed by a real camera operator. And the best part is, you don't have to be a film director to pull this off. You can actually ask ChatGPT to suggest the best camera movement for each scene from a pre-made cheat sheet of options. It'll give you specific prompts, like dolly zoom or slow pan left, that you can then just apply in Grok to bring every single scene to life. So we've built a fantastic video, and we did it super efficiently. But all that work is worthless if no one clicks on it, right? So this final stage is all about packaging our content to grab attention on that super crowded YouTube homepage.
It all starts with the title. This is your first and, let's face it, sometimes your only chance to make an impression. It has to be optimized for two audiences at once, the YouTube algorithm and actual human psychology. So what's the solution? Well, we go right back to Notebook LM, which still has the DNA of our target channel loaded up. We use this prompt, and it leverages its deep understanding of that channel's successful formula to generate 10 title options that are pretty much already proven to work in that niche. And for the thumbnail, we use what's called a pattern interrupt formula. It's something that visually jars people and stops their scroll. The technique is so simple: high contrast colors, a dead simple graphic like a stick figure, and big, bold, minimal text. Look, the goal isn't a work of art. It's to be completely unignorable. This 5-step process in Canva is all you'll ever need. So as we wrap this up, the big takeaway is this: the whole game on YouTube is shifting. The competitive edge is moving away from just pure manual effort and moving towards strategic automated systems. This entire workflow, from cloning to creation, is literally a blueprint for that future. And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. When the technical barriers to making content pretty much dissolve completely, what becomes the new differentiator? Is it your strategy, your creative taste, the quality of your ideas? That's something to chew on as you start building your own content factories.